What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Okay. The idea that because something is a good idea is automatically going to work is not a very smart idea. I'm going to explain it to you like this. Right now, everyone has their own prediction as to what Xbox is going to do and what Microsoft is going to do with their next gen console and what Sarah Bond actually means. I saw a few people when I made my video say, Doc, you saw what she said. She already told you what she's going to do. You're trying to act smarter than you really are. You really have no idea exactly what it is that they're going to do with their next consoles or their next hardware or any of that stuff. What I do know is this, okay? They have already teamed up with someone that already makes hardware and just attached their brand name to it. And apparently, they're going to give us a revamped UI. These are facts. This is something that we know. How good is that UI going to be? You and I have no idea. We got to wait for this UI to come out. Now, I have been wrong in the past before plenty of times, and I have no problem being wrong. No problem being wrong. My ego's not that big that if I'm wrong, I can't admit when I'm wrong. A few days ago, I was on a podcast with Porter Rock 77. Shout out to Big Bro, where he corrected me right there on the spot. It got up on Twitter. I retweeted it myself. Why would I be ashamed of being wrong? That's part of the human experience, right? I was wrong about believing that this is what I learned. I learned that the PS5 had a GPU in it equivalent to a GPU that wasn't even out yet. I think Big Bro looked it up, and the PS5 when it dropped had the equivalent GPU of a 6700 XT, which apparently dropped the year afterwards. So the conversation was, "Hey, will a PS6 be able to compete with a PC that Xbox drops, let's say from the year before?" And in my estimation, I was like, no, because the GPU for the PS6 is being developed already. Whereas when graphics cards drop every single year, that was the wrong mentality to have, and Big Bro proved me wrong right there on the spot. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with being proven wrong. Like, oh, okay, damn, he proved me wrong. It is what it is. I asked him where the source was from. The source was from, he Googled it right there on the live stream, and it came from the AI, and I had no rebuttal for it. Now there's people out there that are trying to explain it. Listen, I took that L. It is what it is. I've taken plenty of L's during my quote unquote time on YouTube, so it doesn't bother me. But here's the thing, right? There's some predictions that people are making that they're making just out of pure faith and out of pure hope. And I get it. I get it. We all hope that Microsoft executes and does well, because if you're a PC gamer, this is going to be beneficial for you. Why would you not want a better Windows experience when most of us are gaming on Windows when we're PC gamers, right? If you're an Xbox gamer, right, like Big Bro says, if you're an Xbox console gamer, you want this to succeed as well, because if they can make it seamless, then why not? There's plenty of people that praise the Steam Deck because it is console like. And even me myself, I can tell you that when I play on Steam Big Picture mode, it feels console like. It's a really nice experience. But Xbox has to be able to execute that. Okay? Now, the other thing that I put up a video on that people didn't like was Xbox versus Steam. Right? I put up a video, it's called Xbox versus Steam, and people were like, "Oh, why would you have a video like that?" Blah blah blah. Listen, Xbox fixing their UI and saying they want to be the number one platform in gaming, when the majority of PC gamers are using Windows already. If somebody could correct me, by all means, I have no problem being wrong. Correct me, okay? Are using Windows already, and aren't there more PC gamers than console gamers? I think the highest demographic of gamers is probably mobile gamers, right? So they're unless they want Windows to take over mobile gaming as well. Technically speaking, they already are the largest platform for gaming, period. And they already have all the stores on Windows. So they already have all of this. So what Microsoft is doing is making Windows better for what it already does. Because again, you can already have a Windows machine that has Epic, that has Steam, that has Xbox. So again, just a unified UI, I guess. But if they do it to the point that the console gamer doesn't feel like they're missing out on anything, then yeah, that's a win. For us PC gamers, if they do it to a point where it's as seamless as Steam Big Picture mode, then yes, that's a win again. But they have to be able to execute that properly. Will they be able to do it? I don't know. Will this make me want to get an Xbox machine, whatever that may look like? I don't know. I don't know if I need to. I they got to do something pretty big for me to want to go ahead and purchase their specific hardware versus the hardware that I already have. Especially if, like, some people are speculating that UI is still going to come to my hardware. You know what I mean? 'Cause if that's the case, then I really don't need it. So we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know, man. The idea, the idea of what they're doing sounds good. The idea of what they're doing, to me as a PC gamer, makes sense. It's how do they execute? And I get it. Some of y'all have blind faith on Microsoft. I have no idea why. It took me just one generation to clearly see, hey, they don't care about me as a console gamer. So why would I stick around? Now, the fair is fair. I left the Xbox Series X because I did not want to play games at 30 frames per second on a machine that I was promised it was not a 30 frames per second machine. That's why I left the Xbox Series X. Now, in hindsight, when I look back, there's not many games on the Xbox Series X that are actually stuck at 30. Especially newer games. They have done a pretty good job of ensuring that games run at least at 60 on the Xbox Series X. So I'll give them that. But there was three major games, right, that didn't run at 60 frames per second. Is that what I said? Yeah, they've done a pretty good job of making sure games run at 60. So that being said, good on them. And if they'll go ahead and come out with another hardware next year, then it is what it is. There's another rumor out there. I don't know how realistic this is of a Quest, a Meta Quest with the Xbox logo on it. If this thing is true, then that is the second piece of equipment that Xbox is clearly showing what they're doing, which is attaching their name onto something that already exists, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? All it is now, okay, what pre-build are they going to attach their names to, and where are we going to go from there? To me, it just makes sense for them to attach themselves to an Asus pre-build because Asus already makes pre-build. But I don't know how good Asus pre-builds are. The Asus ROG Ally is a phenomenal piece of machinery, so I think that's a good move by Xbox. We'll see how it actually turns out, though. Doc Dog 1985 is levels to this. We out. Peace.